Your latest book is entitled Counter-Revolution, Liberal Europe in Retreat. Now, what we're seeing there in Brussels is liberal Europe trying to reassert itself, aren't we?
Yes, but we don't know what will be the end result. The European project is a crown of liberalism in Europe, and it is now very much under stress. And the problem is not whether they will reach a compromise. The problem is, will they reach compromise that works? Because compromise as such doesn't tell you whether policies are right or wrong.
Yeah, and I suppose we shouldn't be surprised that these negotiations are so tense, given that even before the pandemic made itself known to us, European leaders were already arguing, weren't they, over their 7-year budget?
Exactly, and now more and more governments are controlled by parties which basically think we can do without the European Union unless they do what we want. And we are prisoners of the system where only states are in charge of all decisions. And European citizens have to wait and pray that something useful will come from that.
Yeah, the Franco-German alliance seems to be sort of really holding everything together. That alliance is absolutely key to sort of bonding the European Union member states and presumably eventually delivering us that deal.
Yes, not the first time in the history, and happily this alliance is still there. And I think they have good proposal on the table. And the danger is that this proposal will be watered down to the extent that it will simply make things worse rather than better.
Are you hopeful, therefore, that a deal is going to be found?
I think the deal may be found, but I worry that it will be watered down to the extent that actually in 2 years' time we will wake up and see that things are much worse than they are today. Because you see, southern states, of course, are very much in need of cash. Northern states, the frugal states, will get the rebate. I don't know why, because they benefit from the single market most. Eastern European states could basically reduce courts and media freedom and still get money from the EU. Unless the deal is correct, is going to enhance European fortunes rather than basically create situations in which everybody wakes up in 2 years and realizes that this is not what we want. People will be very, very angry.
Indeed. Well, let's keep a close eye on developments there in Brussels and see if indeed a deal is struck. But thank you for your analysis all the while, Professor Zielonka. Thank you very much indeed.